The title of my talk today is The One Spiritual Solution for All Problems. The One Spiritual Solution for All Problems. You see, we tend to make our problems complicated. And once we solve one problem, just like whack-a-mole, another problem seems to crop up. And we think that just because our problems are myriad and just because there are so many of them and there are so many solutions, we're always in search of a solution. The next lotion, the next potion, the next ointment, the next unguent, the next opportunity to howl at the moon or to swim with dolphins or to take a class and workshop. Don't not do those things, especially don't not take a class and workshop. But what if it were simple? What if, in addition to that wonderfully powerful stew of healing, what if there were a simple way for us to solve all of our problems and regularly address them when they came up? Let's try. So, this might be a radical state of thinking for some, for others, it may be old hat. But what if there were simply two states of being, a state of love or a state of fear? And what if everything in between was either an expression of fear, such as jealousy, anger, or depression or doubt, or if everything in between was an expression of love, such as hope, optimism, joy, and peace? Then on the two polarities, there is just love and fear. And how can we continually move ourselves closer to pure love? Well, what if every problem stemmed from us being in a state of fear? So love equals problem free. Fear equals problems. What if all fear was caused by the belief that we were separated from love, separated from God, for God is love? And what if that belief were false? False evidence appearing real in the form of a problem that wasn't real. This is where all the faces disappear off the screen. You say, wait a minute, my problems are real. I feel them. My problems are real. I experience them. My problems are real. That letter from the bill collector that just arrived in the mail is tangible and real. Well, yes, let us acknowledge that our challenges are real to us. But let us also acknowledge that there is a solution that is spiritual that can help us move through our challenges. So let's do the anatomy of any and every problem. So I'm going to do a few examples, and let's call these the anatomy of most problems. So let me start with a little Motown. Does anybody remember a song by Lionel Richie, Easy Like Sunday Morning? Raise your hand if you do, 'cause I'm easy like Sunday morning. Well, there was a line in that song. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. Does anybody remember that line? Okay. Now, how many of us have felt pressure to be what someone else wanted us to be what someone else expected us to be, or the negative pressure of having someone project their negative beliefs on who we are on us? Has anyone ever felt that? Kind of like that song, Everybody Wants Me to Be What They Want Me to Be? Well, in that pressure, there is a gap between the actual situation and the feeling of love we want to feel. We want to feel loved, but somewhere in our minds, we feel a gap between who we are and what others want us to be, or we feel a gap between who we are and people and the way people view us. That gap causes us to feel unloved. We feel that we would only be loved if we were the perfect mother, the perfect father, the perfect sister, the perfect brother, the perfect wife, the perfect husband, the perfect employee, the perfect neighbor, the perfect gym buddy, the perfect friend. It's a lot of pressure. My shoulders are getting heavy just saying that, right? And we have a false image of what is supposed to be. When we don't meet that mythical standard of perfection, we get resentful, angry, hurt, depressed, discouraged. Is anybody still with me? Has anyone ever felt this pressure and had some sort of feeling about it, right? That's a problem. It's a problem for me. It's a problem for you. Somebody wants you to do something. You don't want to do it. You feel conflicted. You got a problem. The reason they want you to do it is because they have these expectations of you. The reason you don't want to do it is because you have a different view of what would bring you joy. There's a problem, right? This is a somewhat universal problem. But the problem really is I don't feel loved. The problem really is I feel like this person, this situation would only love me, or I would only be lovable if I contorted myself to be something that I'm not. This is a place where I am not feeling love. So that's the problem. The problem is this is a place where I am not aware of love's presence. You may call the problem, she wants me to do this and she always wants me to do this, all you want. Yeah, that's a problem. But the real problem beneath the veneer or beneath the way the problem shows up this moment, the real problem is I don't feel love. That's the problem. So let's do another one. Let's do some relationship ones because I'm reminded of that song by Pat Benatar, Love is a Battlefield. Because love can be a battlefield and relationships can trigger our problems. So let's do one. My partner slash friend slash father slash mother slash children don't pay it slash boss pet slash coworkers don't pay attention to me. I don't feel love. So we have problems with our partner, friend, father, mother, boyfriend, girlfriend, children, coworkers. We don't feel loved. We act out. Guess what? My partner, mother, father, friend, neighbor, boyfriend, girlfriend, coworker doesn't think I pay attention to them. They don't feel loved. They've got a problem and they act out. Have you ever noticed anyone acting out in your presence because they had a problem with you? Is it just me? Okay. My partner said something that triggered me, and I went into my bag. Has anyone else had a partner, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a mother, a father, a child, a coworker, that clerk at 7-Eleven who threw your change back at you? Anyone ever have somebody? Anyone ever have somebody trigger you and you went into your bag? Or is it just me? I know you're all spiritual people, right? I know you're all masters, right? I know you float around on the earth. I know you never have a conflict with anyone. I know you never have a problem. So I'm just talking about me, amen? I feel put upon by my partner. They ask me to do all this stuff. I feel put upon by my job. It asks me to do all this stuff. I feel put upon by this situation and that situation. I don't feel loved. Is anybody sensing a pattern here? Is anybody sensing a pattern here? So let's do a practical one. So there is more month than it's the 20, what is it today? It's the 20, it's a new month, so I can't do that. Anybody ever have a month where there's more month than money? It's the 26th of the month, but you ain't got no money left. I don't feel supported. Universal support is a form of love. I feel it is eluding me. This is a call for love. The problem may be money, but the source of the problem is I do not feel loved. These are all places where love is not perceived. We think it's love from our mother, father, sister, brother, coworker, neighbor, or that clerk at 7-Eleven who happened to throw the change back at us. But really, what our heart yearns to experience is the love of God. Really, the true source of the problem is the belief that we are separated from God's love. And truly, whatever we need, and I call this the need beneath the need, beneath the need, beneath the need, whatever it is that we need, ultimately, what we need is to be aware of a form of love that seems to be eluding us. But then again, Romans 8:35 through 39 says, nothing shall separate us from the love of God. What if we weren't separated from God's love? What if we just had a mistake of the mind? Has anyone here ever had a mistake of the mind? You had a mistake of the mind last night when you couldn't find your keys. You had a mistake of the mind last night when one shoe was in one closet, the other shoe was in the other closet, and you couldn't find your other shoe. Yes, we've had a mistake of the mind. Well, just like we have the innocuous mistakes of the mind where we don't put our keys where they're supposed to be and we can't find them, we have the mistake of the mind where we do not feel the loving support and presence of God and we yearn for it and we have a problem instead. But what if we could call on God's love in any instant and see the situation differently and feel the love that we were calling for? Well, this gets to the crux of solving any and every problem. A Course in Miracles, lesson 79 and 80 say, help me understand the problem so that I can solve it. That's 79. And 80 says, help me understand that the problem is already solved. And the essence of this is there is one solution, no matter what the problem. The problem is the false idea that love is not present. The solution is the truth that love is present. So don't waste your time trying to solve problems in your outer world until you've done the work in your inner world from whence the problem came. Let me repeat that. Don't waste your time and energy trying to solve your problems in your outer world until you've addressed the issue in your inner world from whence the problem came. I'm going to say that a third time. Don't waste your precious time and energy trying to solve a problem in the outer world until you've solve the problem in your inner world. It's just a waste of time. And this is so important because not only is it a waste of time, it's a waste of the most important and most powerful, most potent, and most effective resource you have. You have been enriched beyond measure with an infinite supply of the creative, powerful energy of God. Listen to this now. You have become so enriched with access to the infinite love, infinite grace, infinite peace, infinite holiness, infinite power, and infinite creativity of God. Why would you squander such a sacred gift, blaming, complaining, and projecting your problems onto others, looking at them saying they're the problem, looking at this saying that's the problem, looking at this saying that's the problem? The real problem for any problem that we are experiencing in our outer world is this is a place where we yearn to experience love. And we came to the earth in order to see where we were not experiencing love so that we could invite love and it would heal us and the earth. That's why we're here. So this is where you turn off your monitor again and say, Reverend Webb, you mean to tell me you came here for problems? No, you didn't come to the earth to have problems. You came to the earth to apply solutions. You came to the earth not to stumble and fall. You came to the earth that your soul would be lifted by the light of God. You did not come to the earth to get sick. You came to the earth to heal. And the solution to any and every problem is to invoke, to invite, and to feel the light of God to the degree that you are so filled with the light of God that you share it easily and effortlessly in the same way that a light bulb shares light. So, how can you begin to address any problem that you see showing up in your outer world? How can you begin to address it from within you? Number one, by stopping misdiagnosing the problem. The problem is not with your coworker. The problem is not with your boss. The problem is not with the president. The problem was not with the opposing political party. The problem is not with your neighbor. The problem is God. This is a place where I do not feel loved, and the world is showing me my need for love. So, God, I let you in. God, come into my mind. Heal my mind of the erroneous thoughts. Some have been innocuous, like the thought of where are my keys? Some have been more pernicious, such as the thought that I am unlovable and that something is wrong with me and that you rejected me and that I have been ejected from the Garden of Eden and you are not here and you do not love me because you are judging me. God, heal my mind. God, I let you in. Please heal my mind. God, I let you in. Please heal my heart. My heart has been broken by disappointment. My heart has been broken by sadness. My heart has been broken by the actions of others. God, I let you into my heart. Heal my heart. Fortify my heart. Lift my heart. Cause my heart to feel the love my heart is designed to feel. God, I let you in. God, I let you into my circumstances. God, I let you into my energy. Fill my energy filled with love. Fill my energy filled with light. Where my energy has seemed depleted, where my energy has felt neglected, where my energy has felt neglected, God, I let you in. Fill me. Fill me with your love. Fill me with your light. Fill me with your grace. Fill me with your peace. Fill me with your joy. And fill me with your vision so that I can see this situation differently. And this communion with God, which you can, which I can, which you should, which I should, which we do regularly, this conditions us to bring love in an instant. God, I let you into me, and then God, I let you into this situation. And this is so important. In some spiritual practices, they call it a mudra. My mudra is I touch my thumb and my forefinger together. And each time I do so, I automatically go into that exalted, healed state of oneness with God. We can all have a mudra and we can get back to God immediately when we sense a problem, when we sense separation, when we sense a need for love, when we sense a call for love. Because every problem is simply a call for love. Every problem is simply an opportunity for healing. Every problem is simply an opportunity for us to step up to a higher vibrational level and to a higher level of love. So remember, you are the purveyor of God's love. You are God's channel and you are a reflection of God's light. You are God's point of distribution. Ask and it shall be given. Knock and the door shall be opened. As you ask, God, I let you in. God comes. As you say, God, I let you in. God is there. As you say, God, heal me, fill me, surround me, and lift me with your light. God does just that because you are God made manifest. And when you are saying, God, fill me, heal me, surround me with your love and light, lift me, you are saying to the part of you that is God, which is the vast majority of you, Scotty, beam me up. I am ready. Lift me up. Take me up. Fill me up. Cause me to see myself as the holy creation I am and not the one enmeshed in this muddy problem. You become an expert at invoking God's grace in that holy instant. And let me show you how this can apply to a problem in your life. And this is a story about a woman at a job. This woman had a coworker who had a problem, right? So the coworker brought the problem to my friend. And the coworker started talking, and this was the type of coworker that got intoxicated by the sound of his own voice. So the more he talked, the more he talked, and the more he talked, the louder he got, and the louder he got, the more he got triggered, the more he got triggered, the louder he got, and it was like a snowball rolling down a hill. And of course, this triggered my friend. So my friend started doing this and this and this, and doing this and this and this, and doing this and this and this, and it was starting to escalate. It was starting to escalate to the point where it could have impacted their careers. And my friend realized, wait a minute, if I don't dial this back, I could have a bigger problem because I'm not about to lose a paycheck or two. So my friend, all of a sudden she remembered. All of a sudden she remembered, I learned this thing. All of a sudden she remembered, I learned this thing. She remembered, I learned that I am holy. I learned that I am innocent. I learned that I am the beloved of God. And I learned how to de escalate. So my friend started modulating her voice back. My friend started praying silently. My friend started saying, let me see things differently. And all of a sudden, my friend didn't see the coworker as this big, imposing, angry man. My friend started seeing the coworker as this little boy crying for love. And my friend remembered, this is a call for love. For any problematic situation is just a call for love. My friend remembered that she was the purveyor of love, the channel of love. And this situation was perfect because every situation is either that is joyful is a celebration of love, and a situation that is woeful is a call for love. So she recognized that this is a call for love, and I am the purveyor of love, so I will get out of my ego bag and I will be love. She de escalated. She sent love and light to the situation. The coworker came down, and all of a sudden, the coworker got a funny look in his face and said, it's not the problem. And they started working together on how to address this thing. The point of that is that's a real time, real life example of how the problem, no matter what it looks like, is a call for love. And you are the purveyors of that love. The lesson we can learn from all of this is to add God's love to every problem and the solution shall appear. Is it money? Add God's love to the problem. And let me tell you how this works for me. Every once in a while, I think, oh, I would like to do this trip, or oh, I would like to do that. And then next thing you know, and it's like, okay, how are you going to pay for it? Next thing you know, I'm doing a meditation. Next thing you know, I have an idea for a new class, an idea for this, an idea for that. And it makes the money to do what I want to do. If money is a problem, and even if it's not, it's an opportunity to call God in. Is it a relationship? You've seen how that works already in the story. Is it job satisfaction? Maybe the problem is they don't see you the way you would like to be seen. Uh, and so maybe the solution is you seeing yourself as the holy beloved of God, the purveyor of light, perfect, whole, and complete. And as you see yourself differently, they see you differently. Now, how does that solution occur? That solution occurs is because you apply love to yourself in those places where you were not able to see yourself as fully loved, loving, lovable, and loveable. So no matter what the situation, if it is problematic, it is not bringing you joy, then it is not a celebration of love. It is a cry for love. Understand that the problem is based on a false idea, and the solution is based on the truth of God's presence as love. Now, this, if you remember nothing else, remember this. You are an expert at sharing God's love. Continue cultivating God's love.